It's day 28, and there's no sign of compromise on the horizon. I want to bring in Kellyanne Conway, who, as we know, counselor to President Trump. Kellyanne, we're hearing a lot of stories now, the pain, the suffering, government workers going to, food pantries, not getting paid, long lines at airports. What's your reaction to all of those stories?
We have great compassion for that. This president ran successfully on helping the forgotten man and forgotten woman, and that includes everyone. But this president also knows that his first and solemn duty is to keep us all safe. You cannot have a sovereign nation that is ensured to have safety and security with a porous, non-existent southern border. We know the drugs that are pouring in. We know the criminals that are coming here. I think there's a humanitarian crisis on both sides of the border. I am always just so heartbroken to see these children taking this perilous trek because their parents in the Northern Triangle countries, Charles, are being promised things that just cannot be delivered upon. Right. Mexico has promised them work visas and safe passage until their claims of credible fear are being processed on this side of the border. And so I think what really has to happen is Nancy Pelosi needs to come back to the White House or send others here who are actually willing to converse and negotiate and come up with the money for border security. It is such a minuscule, small, infinitesimal amount of money compared to our entire federal budget to keep us all safe. And there are other things in there that nobody's being honest about. The entire offer coming from ONB in the letter to Chairman Shelby dated January 6th also includes many more immigration judges, $800 million to meet humanitarian needs, more detention beds. It, of course, includes much more personnel because our brave men and women at CPB say that they're completely stretched. They can't absorb this new capacity. So we need them to come back to the table and negotiate and come up with a deal and reopen the government.
Is the relationship so frayed and acrimonious between President Trump and Nancy Pelosi that maybe they've gone past the Rubicon? Maybe there's no way they can actually be the two to sit down and hash this out?
I don't believe that. I think that's not true. However, we've been very heartened here at the White House that other Democrats have come here, and certainly Republicans. We had the Problem Solvers Caucus here 2 days ago, and I've seen some of the Democratic members on TV and in print, particularly in their local papers and local media, talking about how constructive and productive they thought that conversation was with the president. They'd like to find a way forward. You know, Charles, there are 31 Democrats in the House of Representatives right now who represent districts that Donald Trump won in 2016. They won them in 2018. 22 of them are freshmen. Let's get those freshmen over here. Nancy Pelosi said yesterday in her press conference before she went to take the trip that she didn't take, that she said, I'm not stopping people from talking, from negotiating, from, then let's have them here. Our doors are open. And also this government is trying to mitigate what some people are feeling, trying to reach out to those banks, reach out to the mortgage lenders, because the president, of course, has signed legislation that they will be paid.
Are also helping. American Express, if you go to their website, they understand. So landlords in the D.C. area understand. But if it's going to be a war of attrition, that's scaring everyone. If it's just this is who can last the longest, who can wait it out, who doesn't care about the PR hit, that's what people are worried about. And of course, I want to also mention the ultimate impact on the economy, because, of course, Kellyanne, the longer it goes on, the more detrimental it becomes for the economy, right?
Well, and this president is the one who's grown the economy. Historic wage growth, unemployment numbers way down. The fundamentals are still strong. And this has been one of the most important aspects of his presidency, the prosperity to home, the peace that he's trying to build around the world. So, of course, we're looking at all of that. But first and foremost, then, to your point, you're making the point, I think, for the White House, Charles. Why not come back to the table so we get economic security and border security? You've got Democrats who voted for a Secure Fences Act of 2006. If they want to call this the Secure Fences Act of 2019, I'm sure we can arrange that. If they want to go down to the southern border and see what we saw that was in a local Rio Grande, Texas yesterday, where there's no wall, 705 pounds seizure made by Customs and Border Patrol just yesterday on the banks. I'm reading that news report. Right. It's not getting any coverage. 705 pounds of seized yesterday. And this is through the ports, outside of the ports of entry. So we know there's a problem. Also, Congress should be doing its job. They leave here every Thursday night, and if they're not trying to go on codals like they were trying to yesterday, they go home. They're doing fundraising, I'm sure. They're fully staffed. They're getting paid.
There's no doubt.
And so they should work hard. They should work at least as hard as their constituents work. They ought to get back in town and work.
Kellyanne, we know part of that is that they get cover from the media, so they can do that.